Hey there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the YouTube channel on San Miguel de Allende's Secrets. And today we're going to talk a bit about clergy and some of the differences between being clergy, a priest, nun, or monk, here in San Miguel versus up north. On a recent tour, we went down to the rabbit hole of the differences in clergy between those up north and those we have here in Mexico, and the differences are striking. In an effort of full disclosure, I attended Catholic school with the Brides of Christ through graduate school. In my experience, nuns were always had at least an undergraduate degree and often a graduate's. If anyone had asked me then, and really who would, how that worked, I assumed being a nun was a gal's calling in life. Then whatever subject she taught was her passion. Imagine my surprise years after high school graduation when I'd taken my former Spanish nun to dinner in Champaign, learning she only taught Spanish as the diocese needed a high school Spanish teacher then. She was told to get an MA in Spanish ASAP, and I doubt, in terms of knowledge, she was ever more than a chapter ahead of her students in the book. Here, many older nuns you meet stop school at 5th grade, as that's when free education ended. Well, and when was the last time you saw a young nun? Mexican priests have to graduate from seminary school, where the focus is on theology. The real focus should be on public speaking, since that is what they do the most of. Monks are a different breed. Not priests, because they don't say Mass. So, like nuns, here they don't require a higher education. Here in San Miguel de Allende, they are cloistered, meaning they are literally dead to the world. Millennials flock to the notion of being a cloistered monk, imagining their days immersed in meditation and prayer. Our local monastery has expanded up to 24 young men. The monks follow the rules of St. Benedict, where from 4:30 in the morning until bedtime, one is either working or praying. It is that working part that causes the new recruits to frequently leave. Each monastery must support themselves, resulting in them raising a breed of dog or baking fruit cake or creating wine. Something. Honestly, I'm baffled how the getting up at 4:30 a.m. part didn't include the young men in. As tour guests have noted, when I deliver cakes and pies on each tour, the monks get the gelatin or some other low-calorie treat. Monks tend to be Katrina thin and with incredible self-discipline to spend their lives at the same weight they wore at 15. The nuns of Atotonilco, on the other hand, they get candy-laden cakes, fruit-bearing cheesecakes, and virtually anything that looks enlarging. Unlike the silent monks, these gals gush over their treats, and the more Cool Whip, the better. By the way, that nun on the left is actually my dad. Back in the 70s, he used to go dressed as a nun to various churches in central Pennsylvania and host comedy roasts, where he was always introduced as Sister Virginia, virgin for short, but never for long. Another commonality between the genders and cultures is that same-sex clergy rarely seem to get along with each other. Nuns, monks, or priests, it doesn't matter. They just don't seem to really enjoy each other's company. For example, each August, all the churches in town close for a week, and has the priests go on retreat to the monastery in Atotonilco. Once I had a tour that week, so instead of bringing one pie or cake for the monks living there, I brought 4 to feed all their company. The first monk that witnessed my drop-off commented, "Is that for all the fat priests from town?" Clergy, like company and fish, start rotting by the 3rd day.